Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back. I'm Daniel Cook, and over the course of the next 10 minutes, I'll be presenting a translated version of today's breaking news stories. You can join us for the English news segment each weekday at 6 p.m. In today's news, a recent report released by the Soros Foundation reveals that Albania may be turning into a major producer of hard drugs. A number of criminal experts came to this conclusion after the drug laboratory was discovered in Zibraka. However, the director of the state police rejects this claim. The director says that the report does not in fact prove that Albania is a source country for strong drugs. He also reminded the politicians that they should not interfere with the legal institutions of the country. The director of the research team on the organized crime says that criminal groups are using all of the means at their disposal to conduct their criminal activities. He added that the number of contracted killers has been on the rise since 2011. The report included updated statistics on drug trafficking, the trafficking of human beings, cybercrime, and money laundering. It was focused on the illegal activities of the organized criminals in the country and the spread of the Albanian criminal groups throughout the region and beyond. Three people were arrested in Italy and in Albania in an operation to break up a group of Muslim extremists. This group is allegedly dedicated to recruiting jihadists and helping them to join the ISIS militia. The operation is the result of a long investigation by the Italian anti-terrorism police in cooperation with the Albanian police. Working together with the Tirana Interpol, the Albanian police have arrested a 38-year-old man named Alban Elezi from Kavaja. He is wanted by the Italian courts for acts of terrorism. In the coming days, Elezi will be extradited to Italy to face trial along with the others who have been arrested by the Italian police. The Italian media says that the police have also arrested the man's nephew, who was part of a jihadist group that operated in Italy and in the Balkans. The prosecution has altered their charges against Durim Bami, who will now be investigated for perjury, but not for attempted murder. Within the time specified by the law, the prosecution asked the court to reassess the security measure they have given. If Bami is convicted, he is at risk of serving 5 years in prison. The case of Tom Doshi, which has involved some of the highest figures of the state, led the general prosecution to ask for the arrest of 2 members of the parliament. One lawyer who is being consulted on the case stated that this case should never have been treated as a criminal issue. He feels that the prosecution is conducting the case in an inappropriate way. According to him, this issue is going to cause a great deal of debate and conflict. He said that the prosecution must be careful and be sure of their findings before sending their results to the High Court. After all, he said the trial is based upon evidence. He also mentioned Doshi's request to question the general prosecutor, saying that he will get an answer during the upcoming trial. In today's session of the Law Commission, they discussed the new customs code. The MPs from both parties rejected the changes that have been proposed by the government. The changes include the establishment of duty-free shops at the customs points, ports, and border points of Albania. According to the MPs, there have already been some changes made to the customs code, and it's absurd that the government is proposing more changes at this moment. The director of customs presented the new proposals, which were not welcomed by the MPs of either political party. The opposition expressed that this change in the code is suspicious. They raised the question of whether there is benefit for the government concealed in these changes. The Commission did approve the removal of the forest funding for some properties on which power plants are being constructed. One socialist MP voiced the opinion that this was dangerous for the environment. These bills are expected to go to vote in the plenary session on Thursday. The Minister of Energy, Damen Jikui, has expressed the belief that the energy distribution operator will not be privatized within this current mandate. He did say that it will most likely be co-managed by a foreign company and that this process will be finalized within the year. The minister was invited to be a guest on the Ora News program, Ecopolitics. On the show, he declared that the government's operation in the energy sector will continue. He said that off the camera, even the opposition has expressed support for this operation. The minister gave warning that there will be punishments for businesses that are not registered or are falsely registered as family consumers. He denied the rumors that there may be an energy price increase if the objective that has been set by the IMF is not reached, or if there are losses in the network. Regarding the TAP project, the minister declared that the work on the roads for the project will begin by May. In the Commission of Productive Activity today, the members discussed a new project that is being funded by a German bank to provide drinking water for the Albanian citizens. The project aims to provide 750,000 citizens of remote areas with drinking water for 24 hours. The project was approved by both the majority and the opposition, and the main point of discussion was whether there had been any studies done to see which areas of the country need this operation the most. It turns out that there had been studies conducted throughout the country to make sure that the project is applied where it is truly needed. The first 2 phases of the project have already been completed, and the third phase is expected to be finished in 3 years' time. Albania's environmental experts are saying that the moratorium against hunting has been a huge success, especially when it comes to the national park of Divjaka. One of the species that has benefited from the hunting reprieve is the curly pelican, a bird that has dwindled in numbers and has been quite rare in Albania for a number of years. The experts say that the population has greatly increased as a result of the hunting ban. The Ministry of Environment is considering the possibility of extending the ban to allow Albania's wildlife more time to recover. This idea has been encouraged by the Prime Minister Edi Rama. At a press conference given by the Environmental Protection Agency, the experts said that the hunting moratorium has brought significant improvement. However, they pointed out the fact that illegal hunting is still a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our news for this evening. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back again at the same time tomorrow with more translated news in English. Thanks, and have a great night.